Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another Cat Chat with Brad Welburn. I am he, LC Sports Information Director. As we're back in again, another week of football discussion with Coach Justin Charles. Coach, that was a tough one. That was a tough one in a lot of ways. We knew going into the game against Mary Hardin-Baylor that we had to be perfect. I mean, there's no two ways about it. They're the number 2 team in the country. They're on track probably for another national championship appearance. And for the first 12 minutes, we were very good.
We were very good.
Made them punt twice, all that sort of stuff. But then 2 very strategic timeouts by them. They got another opportunity inside our 50, and then things just kind of snowballed, I think is what you said from there. So.
Oh, yeah. You know, when you go into a game like that, like you said, man, you got to be perfect, and we knew that, and that was our game plan to go in there and do the best we could as far as taking care of the football and playing well on special teams, because that's what they capitalize on, everybody, not just us, you know. And so that's how they win ball games is taking advantage of field position and playing great defense. And we went in there Saturday and made 7 turnovers and, you know, didn't play perfect. And so once we, once that first turnover happened, like you said, it just snowballed and, you know, the wheels fell off at that point. And so, but we went in there and our kids continued to compete and played. And we didn't turn down anything, you know, and so that's what led to a lot of the turnovers, and they had a great game plan as well.
Yeah, and you know you can't you have 7 turnovers against anybody. It's usually not going to go well.
Exactly.
So, yeah. But so talk about, like you said, no quit, and I think another, and we've talked about it a few times this year. All the young guys that have gotten a lot of playing time. We got to see some of those guys also in that game.
Right.
Probably not the way you wanted to see them play, but they came out and they moved the ball down the field and got a touchdown.
Yeah, you know, when you think about some of those young guys, the Markayla Milburns and Connor Maples and Jay Sean Doucettes and, you know, even Landon Lalonde came in there and played very well at the quarterback position. And then you think of the offensive linemen that were blocking in there, did a great job. And on the defensive side of the ball, there was a lot of young guys that stepped up as well. And so it was a great experience for those guys, but, you know, they marched down the field, and you can see where our future is going to be going. With those young guys, and they played well against their young guys as well. So we're very competitive. My kids won't quit. They're gonna, you know, when you try to change the game plan on them, they question things, and so we just stuck to our game plan and played football.
See, that's why we have such a good relationship. Because I was hoping you were going to say that exact thing by my question. So that was perfect, Coach. But let's move into this week. How we're paying. Senior day, last home game, all that sort of stuff. And before we get into some of the maybe the X's and O's or whatever, but I mean, this senior class, I mean, last year was a very special class for a lot of reasons, but this year I think maybe even more so. Not as many of them, but these guys have been, I think, a huge part of what is building over the next few years.
Right. These guys have laid a foundation as far as the commitment level is what our program's built around right now. And you know, you think of the Aurel Ladess, the Jamarcus Fitzpatricks, you know, the Anthony Hargraves. Those guys, they've and all of them, but they've all set a foundation for the rest of this program to build on top of and really start building the walls and the roof on top of this thing to make this what we really want it to be. And you can see that coming to fruition on the football field. And so it's a bright future, and these guys laid a foundation, man. There are going to be some guys to miss that we're going to miss tremendously. And so looking forward to you know, what the future holds, but I'm definitely looking forward to senior day and just watching these guys play their last game, because yesterday at practice they were hungry, you know, and they've already been talking about practice today. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because they might do something crazy out there. So.
Because today and tomorrow they're the last like official practices, I guess. So you just be on guard, Coach. I guess. Let's talk about how we're paying a little bit. They've kind of struggled at times this year. 1-8 or 2-8 or something like that on the record, but a little bit different makeup of a team than we saw last year. We had that running back that ran for like 700 yards against us or something. He's not there anymore, but they still have a pretty good offensive group that they're based around running the football.
Correct. They run the ball very well, and also they've got some talented wide receivers. But you know, Coach Braxton did a great job as far as getting those guys together and keeping those young guys together that he had. And you can see the quarterback plays different. Their style of offense is different. They move the ball well on everybody that they've played, and they play a very fast tempo as well. If they feel like they can move the ball on you, they're going to play very fast. And so that's things that they do. And their defense has been a lot more sound than they've been in the past as well. So Coach Braxton's doing a great job. I think they're one of the most improved teams in the league, even though record doesn't show. So it's going to be a battle this coming Saturday because it's also their seniors, their last game, and they've got, I think, 14 seniors just like us that are looking to get a win and finish strong.
Right. So from your perspective, I mean, what are the keys for a LC victory? We've
got to be able to run the ball this week. You know, running the ball and then catching and throwing, obviously, on offense is very key. And we've got to be able to stop the run and stop their RPO game as well, because that's what they capitalize on against everybody. They've done it to everybody. Once you start stopping their run, they're going to move to their RPO game and do some things in that are a little bit different. They have different tweaks in their RPO game, more vertical threats, kind of like ours.
And if that starts, because it seems like one of those things, if those RPOs start working, it can kind of get away from you defensively.
Correct. It'll keep you off balance, and once you start getting on your toes to stop the run, the next thing you know, you're on your heels trying to stop the pass, and it'll keep you off balance big time. And so it's a good offense that they're doing, and it's going to be fun to compete against these guys because they're going to come in and play hard.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, folks. Well, there you have it. The last discussion about game. We'll have one more chat with Coach next week to kind of wrap up the season and that sort of stuff. But don't forget, a little bit earlier kickoff than we're used to this year for home games. We've had a bunch of 6 o'clock kickoffs. It's a noon start on Saturday, but get there early. We'll start the senior presentation about 11:30-ish. If you're there about 11:30, you won't miss anything for sure. But that'll be also available on our stream with Jeff Young and the crew, and stats and video will all be up on our website, as well as live audio with Rich Dupree, Doug Gann, and Al Quartermont on Saturday, 104.3 The Bridge. You can catch it all if you can't be there, or if you are there, you can listen to it while you're at the stadium. So it's all going to be there for you for sure. But links are up on the website, and we hope to see you. We hope to see you out there on Saturday for sure. It's going to be great. Maybe bring a little bit of jacket. Might be a little bit cooler, but it'll be perfect football weather.
That's right.
Can't complain at all. Coach, thanks again for coming by this week. Cat Chat with Brad Welburn. Thank you for watching. See you next time.